Hi, I'm Rosie. Welcome to my channel. I'm a knitter, sometimes crochet, sometimes sewist, just all-round a hobby collector, really. I've been knitting since I was about 5 or 6. Actually, this is a photo of me learning to knit that I found in my cupboard the other day. My granny taught me to knit. But yeah, this is my first ever knitting project. It was a scarf. It took me 6 years to make. This month I turn 24 and I have a lot of things I want to make. So I've made a list of 25 things that I want to make before I turn 25. I hope there's something that inspires you in this list. There's a mix of patterns and things that are just vibes, and really some of them are there because I want to grow and improve in my techniques, and some of them are just things that I really want to make. So yeah, let's dive in. I have put these in categories to kind of make this make some sort of sense. So the first category, we have our colourwork sweaters. There are two. So thing number one that I want to knit before I'm 25 is the cat knit pullover. The moment I saw this, I knew I had to make it at some point. I have a cat called Aslan. He is a complete menace. He's a ginger cat. So I would obviously want to make this in ginger. I think it would be really cool to make it with, instead of the, I think it's sport weight for the cats, to hold two lace weight mohairs together in two slightly different gingery colours to make up that pattern vibe that he has, some more of his colours. So yeah, I really want to do that. I've not done colour work before, so that's something that I really want to do this year. And on the colour work, everyone's favourite, the porcelain sweater. This has been on my wanna knit for so long, but again, colour work, the more I learn about it, the more it scares me. But I think really I just need to dive in and do it. So I might start with the catnip, I might start with the porcelain, I might start with one of the ones coming up in the category socks. We'll see. I actually have some yarn that I got in order to swatch this this sweater. I haven't done it yet, but I think I'm going to make it in Drops Flora held with Drops Kid Silk. And I didn't want to make it blue, I wanted to make it red because I really love the versions I've seen in red. I found someone on Ravelry who had done it in very similar yarns. I think they might have held a different mohair or something, but I really liked how it looked, and so if I like how the swatch knits up, I will definitely do it. The only thing is, I think this red is a little bright. I kind of want something a little bit less bright, so I might choose a different mohair. So the next category has a few more things in. It is socks. I have been on a real sock hype this year. I've made 4 or 5, maybe 6 pairs off the top of my head, I don't know, but I want to make more socks. So number 3 is some rainbow flower socks. I have a couple of pattern options for this, but I do already have at least one of the yarns I want to use, which is this West Yorkshire Spinners rainbow 4-ply sock yarn. I think it would look so cute to have the flowers in the variegated rainbow. I was inspired by this photo I saw on Pinterest. I don't think I want to do the tulips. I actually think I'd really like to do the flowers in almost an anemone sweater vibe, but the pattern that I've found I think I'm going to do is Ditzy Floral Socks by Stephanie Maz. That is, I think, what I'm going to do, rainbow flower socks, but I might change my mind. I'm not 100% decided on anything apart from I want to do colour work floral socks with that yarn. Number 4 on this list is some goose and or duck colourwork socks. Again, Pinterest, and I also just really love ducks and geese. I'd love ducks one day, but I have a cat, so it might not work out, but I could have these socks. And I think the ones that I would want to make are the You Silly Goose by socks by Stone Knits. I just think they're really cute. Number 5, still on socks. I just want a pair of socks with little ruffles around the top, because I had socks with like lace ruffles around as a kid and I just can't find any good adult ones. So I want to make a pair, and also I think it'll be interesting doing the ruffle, and also the pair I want to make are the Midsummer Dancer socks by Sari Nordland, which have this really cute little eyelet lace pattern. And I've done lace before, and I think of all of the knitting techniques is the one that I least enjoy, so I'd quite like to do one that's lighter, and so might get me into it a bit more, because cables I clicked with instantly. Colour work, I think I'm excited to see it knit up, and once I get the hang of the tension thing, then I'll be okay. But lace is just so much concentration all the time that, and it just doesn't make as much sense to me. So I want to do something light but also really cute. Then the last 3 in the socks category on this list, 6, 7 and 8, are all from this book. I bought this book at the beginning of the year. I have yet to finish a pair of socks from it. I have started a couple and frogged most of them, and I think I just need to commit to doing it. It's hard to pick just 3, but I did limit myself, because although 25 is a lot, this list would be way too long if I did not limit myself. So number 6 on this list are the Unity socks in this book, which I have actually cast on already. I am very excited about these. It's this really pretty variegated brown beige yarn, and I clearly have gotten really far with them, but I'm in hopes that this is one that I will definitely get done this year. Number 7 on the list is also in this book, and I just think they're gorgeous. These are lace socks, so I think they will be a challenge for me. As I said, lace is a challenge, but I am determined to do it because they're so pretty. They are the Toy Vohaju socks, number 16 in this book, and yeah, I think the lace isn't all the way around. When I tried to do some lace socks in this book, the lace was the whole thing, so I think having the lace not on the entire sock will maybe help. We'll see. And then the last pattern from this book, and number 8 on my list, these are, I think, the ones I'm most excited for out of this book. They are the Tributary socks, number 48. I already have, here we go, I already have the yarn I think I want to use. It's very similar colour-wise to the ones in the book, and also this jumper. This is a lot of green. I apologise, I like green. So this is also West Yorkshire Spinners, and I'm very, very excited about this pair in particular because they're just so pretty. And cables, I think they're cables, they might be faux cables, I haven't read the pattern, I just know I want to make it. The next 3 on my list are in a category I've called just fun little guys, because I could not think of a better name. So number 9 is the Emotional Support Chicken. I love this pattern. I have a friend who made one, and I just want one. I just want one. That's all I really have to say. I think it will be a great emotional support. I'd love to just have it on my sofa and people come around and be like, what is this? You know, great talking piece. I think also, and this applies to all of the patterns in this category, something that I need to grow in is my confidence in 3D knitting. In my head, crochet, 3D, like origami, fine, like I understand that. And the next two in this category, I think, are even more of a challenge in terms of that, because they are Claire garland patterns. Sorry, I just had to check the name. And I have actually made one before. This is, I think, a frog or toad pattern. I love him. He sits on our piano normally, and he usually looks very grumpy, and we have a bit of a joke that it's because I haven't knitted him a wife. And he wants a wife. So I would like to make him a wife. I think I'd like to get my head round the pattern again. It took me so long last time, it was a while ago that I made it, and I want to make another one, because doesn't he deserve a wife? You know? I mean, she might not want him when I make him, but the drama will continue. And then the other Claire garland pattern, or patterns on this list, number 11, just anything in this book, to be honest. I got this book, I think, for my birthday last year, and I'm yet to make anything in it, which is terrible. But I definitely want to make one of them as a gift, and I won't talk about that because they might be watching. But I want to make for myself, oh look, I opened it on the right page, Jemima Puddle Duck. And I don't know whether I'll make her accessories, but I definitely want to make the duck. And I might even make it in a, get a weightier yarn and make it in a larger gauge so that she's slightly larger and can be friends with the emotional support chicken. I will have my farmyard animals even if they're just in knitted form. The next category is summer clothes. I don't make many summer knits. I want to change that, but I also don't want to stop knitting my winter things over the summer necessarily, because I want them to be ready for the winter to wear. Number 12 is a lace, probably raglan summer tee. I have the yarn already, and I bought it last year and I really love it, and I've had the idea for ages and I just need to get on and do it. I did a swatch, I don't remember with what needle size, so that's really helpful. But this is the yarn. It's Go Handmade Soft Bamboo Double. It's really nice. I really like the drape of it. It's really cool. It's 70% bamboo viscose, 23% cotton, 7% acrylic, and I just really like it. I picked the stitch I wanted to do with it out of this book, and it's this waves stitch. And then I was looking through my Knitting for Olive book and realised that that stitch is used in the Barbara blouse, and I realised that I could follow this pattern and just make the sleeves shorter. So I might do that, but I also really like the idea of it being a raglan, but obviously I don't know how that will work with that stitch. I just really want to use that stitch, and I think that will be really good for my general knitting construction skills to figure that out and work out how to do it. It's been intimidating me, but I will do it. The other thing I want to make in summer knit is a probably cotton, but some sort of sport or lace weight summer cardigan. All of my knits are always, you know, thicker yarns, winter knits, but I do tend to wear long sleeves in the summer. I am allergic to sun cream, so I need to cover up, and I just want something that isn't going to overheat me but looks cute and that I made myself. I have no patterns or even particularly an idea of what exactly I want it to look like. So if you have any suggestions for patterns for that kind of thing, actually I'd really appreciate them in the comments. Thanks. The next category on the list is winter warmers. These are 5 sweaters and cardigans that I just really want to make. Number 14 is a green cable knit cardigan. This is the project bag. I've had this yarn for probably over a year now. It is Studio Donegal 100% merino. I love it so much. This yarn is gorgeous. It's so soft. I really love it. It's a little bit itchy, but it's not going to go on my face. There are many iterations so far, and I am just determined to complete, really. I started off with holding it double for a sweater pattern that I can't remember the name of off the top of my head, but I'll put it on the screen. And I just decided it wasn't quite what I wanted to make with this yarn, and I made it just a bit oversized for my liking. So I then started another iteration that is not in here, but then I decided I'd actually rather make a cardigan. I have lots of sweaters in my wardrobe, and as you can see, I do own a green cardigan, but I think I'll get more use out of it if it's a cardigan. But that being said, I might still make a sweater. The patterns that I have in mind for this are either the Book Club cardigan by Sari Nordland, which I think is really cute, but I more recently saw the Dagmar jacket by Petite Knit and fell in love. So I think I'm likely to go for that option. I just really like it. There's nothing more to say there. I think it's really cute. I really like the toggles. I think that'll go really nicely with this yarn. It's a very sort of rustic vibe. It's tweeded, it's sort of speckly. So I think that will probably be what I go for. Number 15, similarly, is a cream cable cardigan. I am undecided on exactly the pattern. I just know I want a less oversized, kind of cropped cream cable cardigan. I have an oversized one, but I'm just not finding that I wear it all that much because it is so oversized. So I want something that is cute and cropped and not a V neck. I'm finding that a lot of the things that I'm looking at the moment are more of a round neck with the placket and then the collar, rather than one where the placket just goes all the way around like on this. So yeah, something fairly fitted. When I've looked at options in terms of patterns, I really like the Sibylla cardigan by Cookie the Knitter. I think it's really nice. I don't know whether it's just that I really like that red as well. I think I really like it in the red, so maybe I'll do that instead. But I want a cream cardigan, and I think that pattern would look really nice. I also might make the Dagmar jacket in cream, maybe as well as green. If I like the pattern, why not make 2 of them? But neither of those hit what I want 100%. I'll pop some pictures on from Pinterest probably of what I am envisioning, and maybe I'll find a pattern in the process. Who knows? Number 16 on this list is a grey cardigan. I had a grey cardigan as part of my school uniform, and for some reason recently I've just had an urge to have a grey cardigan similar but not exactly the same, and I think I want to get knitting for olive and pair two slightly different greys together to get a little bit of a sort of mottled effect. Is that the right word? That might not be the right word. In terms of pattern options, I have thought about the Sunday cardigan by Petite Knit, and I go back and forth on whether I love or hate this pattern. Please, if you've made this, tell me how it turned out, because I'm not 100% on the like the purl stitches just kind of stopping and not completely tapering off. I've seen some on Ravelry where they just look, it just looks weird to me, and then some where it looks normal. I think in the Petite Knit photos it looks really good, but I'm also not 100% sure on the sleeves overall. But I also really like the idea of the cardigan, and I think it looks really good in grey, so maybe that one. But the other two that I really like the idea of doing are either just cardigan number 9 by My Favourite Things Knitwear, or the Lazy Cat sweater by Kudafikika Veronica Lindberg, which just looks really cozy, to be honest. Number 17, I really want to make the Step by Step sweater by Florence Miller, because I just want a throw on cozy around the house sweater, and I have heard many good things about this pattern, and I like the idea of being able to sort of customize it a bit. I think I'm going to use this yarn. I made most of a cardigan, it's still sort of a whip, out of a blue of this, and I really like how it turned out, and I think this will just be perfect for something that is soft. It's never going to irritate my skin. I do really love natural fibres, but I'm yet to find one that I can wear next to skin completely comfortably all the time, and so I think this will be a good option. And I have 3 balls of it, I think, maybe 2 balls of it, but I don't think I'll need all of it because it's huge. Look at that. But I'm really excited. I'm playing around with the idea of doing some kind of colour work or maybe duplicate stitch on the front. I really like the idea of doing some books or a bookshelf, but also I have so many duplicate stitch things saved on my Pinterest that I would love to do. So I might knit this and then decide that I want to have something on the front of it as well, which would be fun. Then lastly, in this section, number 18, we have the waffle sweater by Pernille Larsen, Knitting for Olive. I just love this sweater. It looks so pretty. I got this book as a gift the Christmas before last, and I haven't made anything in it, and I have been slightly intimidated by patterns. I'm fine with reading patterns. I have read many patterns in my life. I learned to knit with patterns, but for some reason the patterns in this book scare me, so I think I need to get over that and just make it, because it's so gorgeous. It's so gorgeous, and there are so many gorgeous designs in this book that I would like to make at some point. The next two are in the category felted. I dipped my toes into felting at the beginning of this year. There were lots of things I really wanted to try at the beginning of this year, and so I would like to come back to it. I did a colour work swatch and felted that, and it just didn't turn out very well, and I really like the idea of felting colour work, but I think I need to start with the pattern. Number 19 on this list is I'd love to make a pair of slippers. I have charted a colour work pattern for a pair of felted slippers, but I think I need to follow a pattern first, so I need to just do something basic. I have some really nice wool yarn that will felt really nicely, so I'm excited to do that. I just think I need to follow a pattern and also test all of the ways of felting, because I did it in the machine and I think it's just a bit unpredictable. I have a front load washing machine, I don't have access to a top loader, and so I think probably hand felting might be the way I have to go. That way I have more control over the size, but also I might just do some washing machine tests and see how it goes. In the same category, I also think a good place to start might also be a felted bag. Number 20 is a felted bag. I think I've seen so many really cute ones, especially for summer, maybe something to take to the beach or just take picnics in. A nice bag that's felted, and then also you don't have to be as precious over how much it's felted by, because the size is not as specific as a pair of slippers. So I will probably do that first. 5 left. The next 2 are sewn things. I have talked, I think, almost exclusively knitting so far. So I don't just knit, but at the moment it is most of what I do. But I also sew. Little flex, I sewed my own wedding dress. Please don't take that to mean that I know what I'm doing. I don't. I'm still very much a beginner sewer because I've never really had the patience to sit down and learn the skills properly, you know, practice things. However, that's not what this is about. I've had an idea, a dream, if you will, for so many years now, and I want to make it happen this year. I'm going to make it happen this year. Number 21, I want to make a denim patchwork pinafore dress. I knew that I had in my head exactly what I wanted to do. I was searching on Pinterest loads, and then just randomly I was watching the amazing from Carly B, and she had a great sewing pattern roundup video that I'll link down below. One of the patterns that she mentioned was the Aura pinafore from Soften Studio, and I was like, that's it, that's perfect. So I have collected many pairs of jeans that are like unwearable. They need something doing with them, and they've sat in a box in my cupboard for ages. So I just need to get on with it, really. I want to patchwork it, so I think my idea is that I'm going to make the patchwork fabric and then cut the pattern out of it, but I don't know yet exactly the size that I want to do it or any of that. I just know I want to make it so badly. Number 22, I love gingham. I realised this the other day. So many of the things I pin on Pinterest that have gingham in them, and I don't have all that much gingham in my wardrobe, in my home. I need more. I just need to have more of it in my life. And a while ago I saw these trousers from Toast, and I love them, and I don't want to recreate them exactly because there's some differences that I would like in a pair in terms of the shape, but I want something like that. I have also got a pair of Lucien Yak black and white gingham trousers, which were a little bit out of my comfort zone style wise because I don't tend to wear black, but I really like them. I wear them quite a lot, and so I think something between those, but definitely in green. In fact, I have the fabric, but yeah, I would really like to make a pair of trousers in that gingham green. The final 3 on this list are all sort of a miscellaneous kind of homeware, kind of other things, but number 23 is a blanket for this living room. I have seen so many lovely blankets. I would like to make one. I started a green granny square one, but long story short, I didn't love it. So I'm gonna repurpose those squares for something else, I think. And I want to do something with a better focused colour palette. and probably still crochet, probably still granny squares. I also want to include more colours because obviously it's very green in here, and I think I want to use the sort of furnishings and decor to bring in some more colour, so it's not quite so monotone green in here. 24, along that same lines, I want to make some cushion covers. I want more throw cushions in my life. I want more for the sofa, I want some for our bed. Lastly, before I completely lose the light, I want to do something with all of my scraps. This is just one of many jars that I have lying around that I stuff with any ends or small amounts of yarn left from projects that I am not going to be able to do anything else with, and some are tiny. Some of them are probably not even worth keeping, but I hate the idea of throwing them away. So I have jars full of them and they look cute. I don't mind having them around on display, but I'd like to do something with them. I am toying with the idea whether I'd like to venture into a new hobby of spinning. I don't know whether I should, but I would enjoy, I think, turning these into a multicoloured yarn. But I do think I'd have to learn to spin a bit more first. But that's one idea. Another is just using them in granny squares and making lots of little granny square projects. The opportunities are endless. I also really like the idea of trying thrumming, so I think that's what it's called. Something with my scraps is number 25. So that's the 25 things that I would like to make before I turn 25. Thanks for listening to me yap about the things I want to make. I thought this would be really nice as both an introduction to me and this channel, and also really nice for me to look back on in a year just to see what on earth I wanted to make and how much of it I get done, how much of it I'm like, I don't want to make that. It would be nice for me to reflect on when I turn 25. I don't think it's going to be fit. I don't think it would be possible for anyone to make all of these things in a year. I will get what I get done, but those are the things that I would like to do. So that's all for today. Speak soon. Bye.